champion and the 2010 Club Tall Tales Speech Contest winner. So with all the due respect and admiration, please welcome Jon Henry. Jon Henry, Porcupines or Varmints? Jon Henry.
Porcupines are varmints. When I moved up to my 1-acre property in the top of Tollgate Canyon, we had 1,164 trees. And those porcupines came to our property, they chewed the base of those trees. And now, only 5 years later, we only have 5 saplings left. I guard those 5 saplings with a shotgun. I'm telling you, porcupines are varmints. My dogs have encountered porcupines 317 times. 317 times! If I had $1 for every quill I have extracted from my dogs, I'd be wealthier than Donald Trump. I remember the first time, years ago, I was walking my dogs. My dog Zazo encountered a porcupine. He had 36 quills sticking out the top, out of his muzzle. 36, and if it wasn't for the non-profit group, Neighbors for Better Canine Health, I would have never got through that first extraction group. That first, I mean, it's awful. The wailing and thrashing. The second time we encountered porcupines, Zazo's sister Zia found it, and she got a half of a quill on the edge of her snout. And I'm miles from home, alone. And I imagined how awful this process was going to be. And miraculously, I was able to pull that half quill off the edge of her snout, all on my own. It was traumatic, that half quill. The third time we encountered a porcupine, Zia found the porcupine again, and I am determined. She turned her head and she said, "Yoo-hoo! Zazo! There's something interesting over here!" And Zazo come running up and plunged headfirst into this porcupine. Got 112 quills in his snout before he treed that porcupine. Now I had to call on what I call the FQR CM team, 24/7 task force. That's the Family Quick Response Canine Medical Team. We pulled all together, and these barbs have fish hooks. They're like fish hooks, right? They have barbs on these quills. So you pull them out. They have to be excruciatingly painful. Zazo's got over 100 quills in his snout. And he's only 15 pounds. But he's an all-wheel drive animal. So when you're trying to hold him down, it is short notice before you have 5 layers of skins missing from your body. That's when I decided to put together the PPOTTD. Pig pile on the thrashing dog. Takes about 13 neighbors with an average weight of 200 pounds. Lay on top of the dog while we pull this natural form of barbed wire from their flesh. Well, if you've seen any of the Saw movies, which I haven't, that's got nothing on the thrashing, blood, wailing that's going on at my house. Well, it's really not that bad. Only about half a dozen people have actually had to get stitches. So, after years of this, pulling quills out of my dogs again and again and again, we decided we're going to keep them on leash. We're going to keep them away from these bulging bags of nails. So, the other night, I'm taking my dog Zazo out again to relieve himself before we go to bed. And he puts his muzzle down to sniff the right blade of grass to moisten when he finds a blade of another kind. He looks like acupuncture gone very bad. He looks like a dandelion gone to seed. He's got 365 quills all in his face. Well, I called the PPOTTD immediately and get the FQRCM team, 24/7 task force, all lined up. We got some major work to do. We get halfway through. And you've heard that porcupines can throw their quills. It's a myth. Doesn't happen. But halfway through this extraction process, Zazzle sneezes. He sneezes really hard. Well, who wouldn't? You getting all this barbed wire pole on your face? You're going to sneeze eventually. Well, all 256, and I counted them, all 256 of those quills come shooting out of his muzzle and into all my neighbors. After we pulled all those quills out, I'm not getting too many volunteers these days. And as it turns out, last night a gang of porcupines camped out under my porch, playing, of all things, poker. And my dog snuck out. I just got a call before I walked in. My wife said Zazzle broke through the screen door, and now he looks like a porcupine. And I need some volunteers for my PPOTTD. Can I get any volunteers this morning?
We'll take a minute for the judges. I'm sorry?